Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something a little uncomfortable, but super important. I'm talking about your penis health, specifically the 10 things that can absolutely destroy your erections. And trust me, some of these are things you probably do every single day without realizing they're wrecking your performance. So, before you skip this video thinking, that'll never happen to me, let's get real. Because every man needs to hear this. Blood flow is the foundation of a healthy erection, and most men underestimate how delicate and important that system really is. Every erection you have depends on a complex coordination between your heart, blood vessels, and nerves. When you get aroused, your brain sends signals that tell the arteries in your penis to relax and open up, allowing blood to rush in and fill the erectile tissue. At the same time, veins that normally drain blood away tighten up to trap it inside. That's what keeps you firm. But the entire process depends on smooth, unrestricted blood flow, and when that flow gets interrupted, even slightly, things start to go wrong. Many men don't realize that everyday habits slowly erode this circulation over time, until one day they notice their erections just aren't as strong, or they lose them faster than before. It doesn't happen overnight, it's a gradual decline that sneaks up on you. Smoking is one of the most common and most damaging habits when it comes to circulation. Every cigarette contains chemicals that destroy the lining of your blood vessels. Over time, those vessels become stiff, narrow, and less responsive. That means when your brain sends the signal for an erection, the blood just can't get through as effectively. You might still get some response, but it's weaker and doesn't last. What makes smoking so dangerous is that it's not just your penis that suffers. The same restricted blood flow affects your heart, brain, and every organ in your body. It's a full system shutdown happening in slow motion. Some guys think they're safe because they only smoke socially, but even occasional smoking can trigger damage to the tiny arteries responsible for erectile function. Quitting can improve blood flow significantly, but the longer you smoke, the harder it becomes for your body to repair the damage. Then there's sitting for hours every day, something almost all of us do without thinking about it. Whether it's work, gaming, or scrolling through your phone, sitting too long compresses the blood vessels and nerves around your pelvis. That constant pressure reduces blood flow to the lower body, including the penis. Over time, it weakens the muscles that support circulation and can even lead to nerve issues that dull sensation. Most men don't notice the problem because it develops so gradually. You might feel a bit of numbness or tingling after sitting for long periods, and that's your body warning you that blood isn't circulating properly. The fix doesn't have to be complicated. Just standing up every 30 to 60 minutes, taking short walks, or adding daily movement can keep things functioning normally. Strengthening your legs, glutes, and core improves blood flow to your pelvic region because all those muscles are part of the same system that delivers oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. Your diet also plays a massive role in maintaining healthy blood flow. The same foods that cause heart disease are the ones that kill erections. Diets high in processed sugar, unhealthy fats, and refined carbs clog arteries and raise cholesterol. Over time, plaque builds up inside your blood vessels, narrowing the passageways that blood needs to travel through. If blood can't move freely to your heart, it definitely can't move efficiently to your penis. The smaller arteries that supply that area are the first to be affected by poor diet choices because they're so delicate. You might not feel chest pain or other warning signs of cardiovascular disease yet, but if your erections are weaker, that's often the first red flag that your circulation is struggling. Choosing whole foods, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats can make a huge difference. Antioxidant-rich foods like berries, spinach, and nuts help repair the lining of your arteries, while omega-3 fatty acids from fish improve flexibility and flow. Another overlooked factor that destroys blood flow is dehydration. Blood is mostly water, and when you're even slightly dehydrated, your blood thickens, making it harder for your heart to pump it efficiently. That means less oxygen and fewer nutrients are reaching every part of your body. If you're not drinking enough water, Your energy levels drop, your muscles fatigue faster, and your erections can become inconsistent or weak. Many men rely on caffeine or energy drinks throughout the day, which actually worsens dehydration, leading to even poorer circulation. Simply staying hydrated helps maintain the elasticity of your blood vessels and ensures smooth flow during arousal. Stress also constricts blood flow. When you're under pressure or anxious, your body releases stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These chemicals tighten blood vessels and divert blood away from non-essential systems. And yes, that includes your reproductive organs. During times of stress, your body literally prioritizes survival over pleasure. Even if you feel physically fine, that constant state of tension restricts the smooth, relaxed blood flow necessary for a strong erection. Breathing exercises, meditation, or simply taking time to unwind can reverse that effect and help your body return to a more balanced state. Exercise plays one of the most powerful roles in improving circulation. When you move your body regularly, your heart becomes stronger and your blood vessels stay flexible. Physical activity increases nitric oxide levels, which is the same compound responsible for relaxing the arteries in your penis during arousal. That's why men who exercise regularly often report better stamina, more frequent morning erections, and greater overall confidence. You don't need to become a marathon runner to get those benefits. Even moderate activity like brisk walking, cycling, or strength training can significantly enhance blood flow. The key is consistency. Your circulatory system thrives on movement. When you stay still, it weakens. Another silent killer of blood flow is being overweight. Excess fat, especially around the waistline, compresses major blood vessels and increases inflammation throughout the body. Belly fat also produces chemicals that interfere with hormones like testosterone, which plays a crucial role in maintaining sexual health. When you carry too much weight, your heart has to work harder to pump blood everywhere, and over time, that strain damages the vessel walls. Losing even a small amount of weight can dramatically improve blood flow and restore better performance. It's not just about appearance, it's about optimizing how your body functions internally. Even certain medications can have side effects that reduce blood flow. Drugs for high blood pressure, depression, or anxiety sometimes constrict blood vessels or affect nerve signaling. That doesn't mean you should stop taking them, but it's something to discuss with your doctor if you notice changes in your performance. Sometimes, simple adjustments or alternative treatments can make a difference without sacrificing your health. Cold environments can also have a temporary impact. When you're cold, your body automatically redirects blood toward your core to protect vital organs, leaving less available for your extremities, including your genitals. While this is a short-term effect, constantly being in sedentary or cold environments without movement can reinforce poor circulation habits over time. Warming up, staying active, and maintaining a comfortable body temperature helps keep blood moving efficiently. Alcohol deserves another mention here, because while it's known for relaxing you mentally, it actually slows down circulation physically. Alcohol dilates blood vessels temporarily, which might sound like a good thing, but that initial dilation often leads to a drop in blood pressure. Lower blood pressure means your body struggles to maintain the pressure required for an erection. Chronic heavy drinking also damages the lining of blood vessels and decreases nitric oxide production, reducing your body's natural ability to regulate blood flow. There's also the role of inflammation, something most people never think about. Chronic inflammation from poor diet, lack of sleep, or illness damages the endothelial cells that line your arteries. Those cells are responsible for producing nitric oxide and keeping the vessels flexible. When they're inflamed, your blood vessels stiffen and can't expand properly, limiting how much blood reaches your penis during arousal. The key to reversing that damage lies in an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. Exercise, proper rest, a balanced diet, and staying away from processed foods and excessive sugar. Hydration, diet, exercise, and avoiding toxins all come down to one simple truth. Your penis is only as healthy as your circulation. You can't separate the two. Many men spend money on supplements, pills, or mal-enhancement products when the real fix is addressing blood flow at its source. Every healthy lifestyle habit, from walking daily to eating leafy greens, translates directly into stronger, longer lasting erections because you're improving the system that powers them. Even mental habits can affect circulation indirectly. Constant stress or anxiety tightens your muscles and constricts vessels throughout the body. When you're mentally tense, your body mirrors that tension physically. Deep breathing, meditation, or simply stepping away from high-pressure situations can loosen that grip and restore normal blood flow. It's not just about what you eat or how you move, it's also how you think and how often you allow your body to relax. Age plays a role too, but it's often less about the years and more about the lifestyle. Older men who stay active, eat clean and manage stress usually have better circulation than younger men who sit all day. Eat fast food and smoke. Aging naturally reduces nitric oxide production and blood vessel elasticity, but a healthy lifestyle can slow that process dramatically. Regular movement, nutrient-rich foods, and avoiding vascular toxins can keep blood flow strong well into later life. Ultimately, protecting your blood flow isn't just about maintaining erections. It's about maintaining vitality, confidence, and overall health. When circulation is strong, your heart works efficiently, your brain stays sharp, your muscles recover faster, and your energy levels stay high. Your sexual health becomes a reflection of your overall health. The choices you make every day, what you eat, how much you move, whether you smoke or drink, all feed into one outcome: how well your blood moves through your body. And that single factor determines how well everything functions, from your physical performance to your confidence in the bedroom. Hormones are the silent drivers behind everything that makes a man feel like a man. They influence energy, strength, motivation, confidence, and of course, sexual performance. Among all hormones, testosterone is the one most directly tied to erections, desire, and overall vitality. When testosterone levels drop, it doesn't just affect your sex drive, it affects your blood flow, mood, sleep, and even the way your brain processes pleasure. The scary part is that so many guys unknowingly sabotage their own testosterone every single day through poor sleep, excessive stress, and alcohol. These things slowly but steadily drain your natural hormone balance until one day you realize your motivation is down, your body feels weaker, and your erections just aren't what they used to be. Sleep is one of the most powerful natural testosterone boosters and also one of the most abused. Most men think of sleep as optional, something you can cut short to get more done. But your body doesn't see it that way. During deep sleep, your brain triggers a surge of hormones and testosterone peaks during those hours. It's your body's nightly reset, a time when it repairs muscles, balances hormones, and restores your energy. When you consistently sleep less than 6 hours a night, your testosterone production can drop by as much as 15 to 20%, and that's just after 1 week of poor sleep. That might not sound like much, but the impact is huge. Low testosterone means weaker morning erections, less desire, slower recovery, and even mood changes like irritability or fatigue. The type of sleep you get matters too. Deep REM sleep is where your hormones truly rebalance. If you're constantly waking up throughout the night, or if you're sleeping with bright lights, background noise, or your phone buzzing beside you, you're robbing yourself of those critical cycles. It's not just the hours in bed, it's the quality of that rest. Your body needs consistent, uninterrupted rest to rebuild testosterone and keep your entire system in sync. Caffeine, alcohol, and late-night screens all interfere with that rhythm. Blue light from phones suppresses melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep, and without melatonin, your body struggles to release testosterone effectively. Now, when it comes to stress, the relationship with testosterone is like a seesaw. The higher your stress levels, the lower your testosterone. When you're under pressure, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone. In small bursts, cortisol is fine. It helps you stay alert and focused. But when stress becomes chronic, cortisol stays high all the time, and that directly interferes with testosterone production. They can't coexist in high amounts. Your body chooses survival over reproduction every time. So if you're constantly in fight or flight mode, worrying about work, finances, relationships, or even just living in a state of anxiety, your testosterone tanks. You might not notice it at first because your adrenaline masks the symptoms, but over time you'll feel more tired, your drive drops, and your erections become less reliable. Stress doesn't just affect hormones chemically, it also changes your behavior in ways that make things worse. When you're stressed, you're more likely to eat junk food, skip workouts, drink alcohol, or stay up late, all habits that further kill testosterone. It becomes a cycle. Stress lowers testosterone, which lowers motivation and energy, which then makes you feel even more stressed. Breaking that cycle starts with awareness. Simple things like meditation, deep breathing, time outdoors, or even unplugging from your phone for an hour can calm your nervous system and lower cortisol. The calmer your body, the more freely testosterone can circulate. Then there's alcohol, one of the most common testosterone killers that guys underestimate. A drink or two occasionally won't destroy your hormones, but heavy or regular drinking absolutely will. Alcohol interferes with the enzymes your body uses to produce testosterone and increases estrogen levels, the opposite hormone you want in excess. It also damages the Leydig cells in your testes, which are responsible for making testosterone. That means every time you binge drink, you're literally poisoning the cells that produce your male hormones. Even moderate drinking, if done frequently, reduces the body's ability to maintain normal testosterone levels. You might feel relaxed or confident when drinking, but physiologically, it's doing the exact opposite to your body's natural sexual system. Alcohol also affects sleep and stress, creating a triple hit to your testosterone. You might pass out faster after a few drinks, but alcohol disrupts deep REM sleep, the exact phase your body uses to restore testosterone. So even if you're sleeping longer, you're not sleeping well. Add that to the way alcohol dehydrates you, raises cortisol, and spikes blood sugar, and you've got a perfect storm of hormone disruption. Many guys wake up after drinking feeling drained, anxious, or foggy. That's the hormonal backlash happening in real time. Over the long term, frequent drinking can shrink your tests, reduce sperm count, and make erections inconsistent or difficult to maintain. Poor diet also plays a quiet but major role in hormone balance. Testosterone is made from cholesterol, which means your body actually needs healthy fats, like those from eggs, fish, nuts, and avocados to produce it. Low-fat processed diets starve your hormones of their raw materials. Meanwhile, diets high in sugar and refined carbs increase insulin resistance, which leads to higher estrogen and lower testosterone. When your blood sugar constantly spikes, your body releases insulin to bring it down, and high insulin levels tell your body to store more fat. That excess fat, especially around your belly, releases aromatase, an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. So the more belly fat you have, the more testosterone you lose, creating a vicious loop that's hard to break without changing your habits. Exercise, on the other hand, is one of the best natural ways to raise testosterone, but not all exercise is equal. Weight training, especially compound movements like squats, deadlifts, and bench presses, have been shown to trigger the biggest hormonal response. Short, intense bursts of activity like sprinting or high-intensity interval training also give your testosterone a healthy spike. But chronic endurance training, like long-distance running without proper recovery, can actually lower it. It's about finding the right balance, challenging your body enough to stimulate growth, but not overtraining to the point of exhaustion. Your body thrives on strength, recovery, and variety. Rest and recovery are just as vital as the workouts themselves. When you push too hard without allowing time for repair, your cortisol stays elevated and testosterone stays suppressed. Rest days, proper nutrition, and quality sleep allow your hormone system to rebound stronger. This is why some guys who train non-stop start to notice they feel tired, flat, or unmotivated. It's not lack of effort, it's hormonal burnout. Body composition also matters a lot. Muscle tissue helps regulate hormone balance. The more lean muscle you carry, the more efficiently your body uses testosterone, and the less fat you store. That's why strength training doesn't just make you look better. It literally improves your hormonal health. Every time you lift, You're telling your body to produce more growth hormone and testosterone to adapt and grow stronger. Combine that with a clean diet and good sleep, and you create a natural, sustainable boost in hormone levels. Another big factor that men overlook is exposure to environmental toxins. Everyday items like plastic bottles, food containers, and even certain grooming products contain chemicals called endocrine disruptors. These compounds, such as BPA and phthalates, mimic estrogen inside your body and interfere with testosterone production. Over time, this subtle exposure builds up and throws off your natural hormone balance. Reducing plastic use, drinking from glass bottles, and switching to cleaner grooming or skincare products can make a noticeable difference. Your body is constantly processing what you eat, drink, and breathe, and when it's overloaded with toxins, it prioritizes survival, not optimal hormone production. Mental health is tightly connected to hormones too. Depression, anxiety, and constant worry not only increase cortisol, but also reduce the brain's signals that tell your testes to make testosterone. Low testosterone then worsens mood and confidence, creating a feedback loop that can spiral if not addressed. Taking care of your mental well-being, whether through therapy, journaling, or meaningful social connections, helps keep stress hormones in check and testosterone flowing naturally. Hormonal health is emotional health. The two work hand in hand. Even sunlight plays a role. Vitamin D acts more like a hormone than a vitamin, and low levels of it have been linked to reduced testosterone. Spending just 15 to 20 minutes in natural sunlight a day can improve your mood, boost testosterone, and regulate your sleep cycle. If you're indoors, most of the time, your body might not be getting enough of it. Supplementing or getting outside more often can give your hormones a simple but powerful lift. Hydration and mineral balance also affect hormone health. Electrolytes like magnesium and zinc are critical for testosterone production. Zinc, especially, is used in the final step of converting cholesterol into testosterone. Deficiency in zinc is one of the most common reasons for low testosterone, and it's often caused by poor diet or excessive sweating without proper replenishment. Magnesium helps regulate cortisol and supports deep sleep, both essential for hormonal balance. Getting these minerals from whole foods or supplements can give your body the building blocks it needs to keep testosterone levels steady. Lastly, your lifestyle choices compound over time. One bad night's sleep, one stressful day, or one night of drinking won't destroy your hormones. But doing those things every day absolutely will. Testosterone thrives on consistency and balance. The guys who seem to have endless energy, drive, and confidence aren't necessarily born that way. They've built habits that support their hormones naturally. They prioritize rest, manage stress, move their bodies, and feed themselves in ways that fuel production instead of depleting it. Hormones respond to how you treat your body day in and day out. When you start aligning your habits with what your body actually needs, your testosterone levels reflect it, your energy returns, your erections strengthen, and you feel like yourself again. In today's fitness culture, it's easy to be tempted by shortcuts. Social media, gyms, and online ads are flooded with promises of instant muscle growth, boosted testosterone, or miracle results that claim to fix performance issues overnight. But the truth is, those quick fixes almost always come with a hidden cost. Real lasting health, especially sexual and hormonal health, comes from consistent lifestyle habits, not synthetic boosters or short-term hacks. Many men get caught in the trap of chasing faster gains or a stronger performance without realizing that the shortcuts they take often end up wrecking the very systems they're trying to improve. Steroids, unregulated testosterone boosters, or over-the-counter supplements that promise instant virility may look appealing. But what they really do is hijack your body's natural hormone balance and damage your long-term ability to perform. Your body is designed to produce testosterone naturally through sleep, nutrition, and movement. When you introduce synthetic hormones or chemical boosters, you're essentially sending a message to your body that it doesn't need to produce testosterone anymore. It stops doing its job because it thinks it's already getting what it needs from an outside source. This creates dependency. Once you stop taking the external hormone, your natural levels crash. The testicles can literally shrink because they've been shut off from doing their normal work. This condition, called hypogonadism, can lead to fatigue, depression, loss of muscle, low libido, and yes, erectile dysfunction. The irony is that people who take steroids or unregulated boosters to feel more masculine end up losing the very traits that make them feel like men in the first place. Steroids work by flooding your system with synthetic testosterone or similar compounds. In the short term, they might give you bigger muscles and faster recovery, but inside, they're disrupting everything. Your body regulates testosterone through a precise feedback loop involving your brain and testes. When it senses too much testosterone, it shuts down natural production to maintain balance. That's why long-term steroid users often experience testicular shrinkage, infertility, and severe hormonal crashes when they stop. Even worse, excess synthetic testosterone can convert into estrogen through a process called aromatization. This leads to water retention, mood swings, and sometimes even the development of breast tissue in men. What starts as a quest for better performance can quickly spiral into a hormonal disaster that's hard to reverse. Unregulated testosterone boosters sold online or in supplement stores can be just as dangerous. Many of them contain ingredients that haven't been properly tested or approved. Some include hidden synthetic compounds similar to steroids, while others rely on herbs or chemicals that may interfere with your liver, kidneys, or heart. The supplement industry isn't as strictly regulated as pharmaceuticals, which means you never truly know what's inside those capsules. Even if the label looks clean, contamination and inaccurate dosing are common. Some products also overstimulate the adrenal glands, causing short bursts of energy and libido followed by crashes that leave you feeling drained and anxious. Over time, that stress on your hormonal system wears you down and reduces your body's natural resilience. The better path, and the only sustainable one, is to support your hormones and performance through lifestyle. Exercise, nutrition, stress management, and sleep form the foundation for long-term strength, stamina, and healthy testosterone production. When you build your body naturally, you're not just improving your appearance, you're optimizing your internal systems too. Weight training, for example, triggers natural testosterone and growth hormone release. It strengthens the cardiovascular system, improves circulation, and builds muscle in a balanced way. The results may take longer, but they're real, stable, and come without the side effects that shortcuts bring. A clean diet plays an equally critical role. Your hormones depend on nutrients like zinc, magnesium, and healthy fats to function. Eating whole foods gives your body the building blocks it needs to create testosterone and maintain energy levels. A diet rich in lean proteins, vegetables, and omega-3 fats keeps your metabolism and circulation strong. When you rely on supplements or stimulants, you're skipping the natural process that keeps your system in balance. It's like trying to patch a hole in a pipe instead of fixing the source of the leak. The fix might hold for a while, but the pressure builds until it bursts. Many men who use artificial boosters also find that their mood becomes unstable. Steroid use, for instance, can lead to aggression, irritability, and anxiety because of the hormonal imbalance it creates. It's not just physical. It affects how you think, how you feel, and even how you relate to people. When testosterone is elevated beyond natural levels, the brain's chemistry changes. Dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters that regulate pleasure and satisfaction, become disrupted. This can lead to addiction, like patterns where you feel flat or depressed without the boost, pushing you to chase that high again. It's a dangerous psychological loop, but damages confidence and emotional stability. Over time, the use of steroids or unregulated boosters can cause long-term damage to major organs. The liver and kidneys work overtime to process synthetic hormones, and that constant strain can lead to serious health issues like liver toxicity or kidney failure. The cardiovascular system is also heavily affected. High levels of synthetic testosterone can increase bad cholesterols, LDL, and lower good cholesterols, HDL, leading to clogged arteries and a higher risk of heart attacks or strokes. What's even more alarming is that many of these effects aren't immediately noticeable. You might feel strong and energetic for a while, only to discover serious damage years later. Natural testosterone production is a delicate process that requires balance. Even small disruptions can throw everything off. That's why focusing on foundational habits is so important. Getting consistent, high-quality sleep helps regulate hormones and gives your body time to produce testosterone. Managing stress through mindfulness or breathing exercises keeps cortisol low, which allows testosterone to thrive. Eating clean fuels the process, and staying active maintains healthy circulation. Each of these habits reinforces the other. Together, they create a hormonal environment that supports vitality, muscle growth, and strong erections without the risk of collapse that comes from shortcuts. Some men turn to testosterone replacement therapy, TRT prescribed by doctors, and while that can be helpful in genuine medical cases, it's not a cure-all. TRT can restore testosterone levels for men who have clinically low numbers, but if used improperly, it carries the same risk as steroids: suppression of natural production, dependency, and potential side effects. That's why it should only be done under medical supervision with regular blood work. Too many men self-diagnose or buy testosterone products online without understanding what they're taking, and that's where the real danger lies. A healthy approach is to identify why testosterone is low in the first place: poor diet, stress, lack of sleep, inactivity, and fix those before reaching for external hormones. It's also important to understand that testosterone isn't the only hormone that affects erections or energy. Your body relies on a balance between testosterone, dopamine, serotonin, and even thyroid hormones to maintain mood and sexual performance. When you take shortcuts, you disrupt that harmony. Artificially raising one hormone can suppress others, leading to side effects like fatigue, anxiety, or loss of libido. Your body works best when all systems are in sync, and that balance only happens naturally through lifestyle habits. The culture of instant results has made many people impatient with their own bodies. We live in a world where transformation videos, muscle building challenges, and before and after photos are everywhere, but those fast results often hide what's really going on behind the scenes: dehydration, restrictive diets, chemical enhancers, or even digital editing. Real fitness is about health, not shortcuts. It's about waking up with energy, feeling confident in your body, and knowing that everything you've built came from discipline, not dependency. When you train naturally, every rep, every meal, every hour of rest compounds into long-term results. Your body adapts slowly but surely. The testosterone you build naturally stays stable, your mood improves, your sleep deepens, and your erections become stronger because your whole system is thriving together. You're not forcing change, you're nurturing it. And when it happens this way, you don't lose it the moment you stop taking something. It's yours to keep because it's been earned through real physiological balance. Another thing men often overlook is recovery. Overtraining or pushing yourself without giving your body time to heal is another form of shortcut. It's trying to speed up progress by doing too much too fast. When you overtrain, your cortisol levels rise, your testosterone drops, and your performance actually declines. Taking rest days and prioritizing sleep doesn't make you weak. It's how your body grows stronger. It's the same principle that applies everywhere. Consistency and patience build lasting results, while shortcuts and extremes lead to breakdown. Supplements can have a place in a balanced routine, but they should be exactly that: supplements, not substitutes. A good multivitamin, omega-3 zinc, and magnesium can support your body's natural function, but they work best alongside healthy habits, not instead of them. The problem comes when people look for magic pills to fix what lifestyle neglect has broken. No pill can replace proper rest, nutrition, and discipline. Your body's hormonal balance is too complex to be hacked with one capsule or powder. What men often realize too late is that the confidence and power that come from natural health are far greater than the temporary boost of artificial enhancement. When your body works the way it's supposed to, you feel it everywhere, in your energy, your strength, your clarity, and your performance. There's no fear of losing it, because it's not dependent on an external source. Every aspect of your health becomes interconnected. The same habits that give you a strong body also give you a sharp mind and a healthy sex life. Everything starts with respecting the process and trusting your body to respond when you give it the right inputs. The temptation of shortcuts will always be there. The ads, the promises, the quick results, but the price is always too high. You can't cheat biology. When you take the slower, natural path, your body rewards you with balance, endurance, and longevity. It's not just about building muscles or having better erections. It's about building a system that stays strong and stable for years. The lifestyle over shortcuts approach isn't just safer. It's the only approach that actually lasts. A lot of men today are caught up in the idea that health, fitness, and sexual performance can be achieved through shortcuts. It's easy to see why. Everywhere you look, there's a supplement promising to boost testosterone overnight, a pill that claims to improve erections instantly, or an influencer showing off a perfect physique and saying it's all thanks to some miracle product. The truth, though, is that your body doesn't work that way. Real lasting performance, whether in the gym, in bed, or just in daily life, comes from consistent habits that support your natural systems. The moment you start relying on shortcuts like steroids, unregulated testosterone, boosters, or performance enhancers, you start weakening your body's ability to function on its own. You might see quick results, but underneath that short-term gain, your natural balance is falling apart. Your body is a finely tuned machine built to maintain equilibrium. Hormones like testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, and dopamine all work together to keep you strong, focused, and sexually healthy. When everything is in balance, your energy is stable, your libido is steady, and your erections are strong because your blood flow and hormones are aligned. But when you flood that system with artificial substances, you disrupt the natural communication between your brain and body. Steroids, for instance, tell your brain that there's already too much testosterone in your blood, so your body shuts down its own production. Over time, your testicles stop functioning properly, your natural testosterone levels plummet, and you become dependent on external hormones just to feel normal again. Steroid use can start out feeling incredible. You get faster gains, you recover quickly, your muscles fill out, and your confidence shoots up. But those effects are temporary because the body can't sustain them without paying a price. As the body's natural hormone production shuts down, it starts struggling to maintain equilibrium. Once you stop taking the drugs, testosterone levels crash, leaving you feeling tired, anxious, and emotionally flat. It's not just physical. The mental crash can be brutal. The same hormones that make you feel driven and confident also regulate your mood. When they disappear, depression and irritability often take their place. Some men develop erectile dysfunction even after they stop using steroids because their body can't restart its own testosterone production right away. That's the paradox. Something meant to enhance masculinity ends up stripping it away. Even men who don't use full-blown anabolic steroids can fall into the trap of unregulated testosterone boosters. The supplement market is full of products that claim to increase libido, stamina, or muscle growth, but many of these formulas are poorly tested or completely unregulated. Some contain ingredients that can raise blood pressure, harm the liver, or interfere with heart function. Others include hidden synthetic hormones that mimic testosterone, tricking your body into the same destructive feedback loop. Mental health and sexual health are deeply connected in ways that most men don't realize until something goes wrong. Erections aren't just about what happens physically, they depend just as much on what's going on in your brain. Your thoughts, stress levels, emotions, and even self-confidence all send signals that can either turn your body on or completely shut it down. When you're calm, confident, and emotionally balanced, your body relaxes, blood flows freely, and your nervous system does its job. But when you're stressed, anxious, or mentally drained, that same system goes into survival mode and sexual function takes a back seat. That's why chronic stress, anxiety, and mental burnout are among the biggest hidden killers of erections. They block the very pathways that allow arousal to happen naturally. Your brain is the command center for every erection. It's where arousal starts, long before there's any physical stimulation. When you're mentally engaged and relaxed, your brain releases neurotransmitters like dopamine and oxytocin, which create desire and trigger blood flow to the penis. But when stress or anxiety take over, your brain releases cortisol and adrenaline instead. These are survival hormones that prepare your body to fight or flee, not to relax or connect. Cortisol narrows blood vessels and suppresses testosterone production, while adrenaline increases heart rate and diverts blood flow away from the reproductive organs toward vital areas like your heart and muscles. That's why even a small amount of anxiety, like worrying about performance or being overly self-conscious, can make it nearly impossible to get or maintain an erection. It's not a lack of attraction or masculinity. It's simply your body reacting to mental stress the same way it would to danger. One of the most common forms of psychological erectile dysfunction comes from performance anxiety. Many men experience this at least once, and for some it becomes a recurring cycle. It starts with one bad experience. Maybe you couldn't stay hard, maybe it didn't go the way you hoped, and suddenly your brain links intimacy with fear of failure. The next time, instead of relaxing and letting things happen naturally, you're stuck in your head, analysing every second, wondering if it'll happen again. That mental tension creates physical tension. Your blood vessels tighten, and the same thing repeats. Over time, this can chip away at your confidence, creating a deeper mental block. What's happening is what most men don't realize is that their sexual health is not an isolated part of their body. It's directly connected to their overall physical health. The same things that damage your heart, your blood vessels, or your metabolic system are the same things that will eventually destroy your erections. The penis is one of the most sensitive indicators of general wellness because it relies on a delicate balance of blood flow, nerve function, and hormone activity. If one of those systems starts to fail, the first noticeable symptom often shows up as weaker, inconsistent, or completely absent erections. In many cases, erectile dysfunction is the earliest warning sign of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or high blood pressure, sometimes appearing years before a major health problem develops. That's why protecting your erections isn't just about improving sexual performance. It's about protecting your entire body. Your cardiovascular system is the engine that drives everything, and erections are essentially a reflection of how well that engine runs. When you're aroused, blood flow increases and arteries expand to deliver blood to the erectile tissue. If your arteries are flexible, clean and strong, that process happens smoothly and quickly. But if those blood vessels are narrowed, inflamed, or blocked by plaque, blood can't reach where it needs to go. The result is a weak or short-lived erection. The arteries in the penis are much smaller than the ones in the heart, so they're usually the first to show signs of trouble. You might still feel perfectly healthy otherwise, but those small vessels can be giving you the first clues that your circulation is deteriorating. Doctors often call erectile dysfunction the check engine light for men's health because it usually means something deeper is going wrong. Conditions like high blood pressure and high cholesterol quietly damage the lining of your blood vessels over time. Every beat of your heart pushes blood through your arteries, and when your blood pressure is constantly elevated, that force starts wearing down the inner walls of those arteries. Microscopic tears form, inflammation develops, and your body responds by sending cholesterol and fat to repair the damage. That build-up becomes plaque, which makes arteries stiffer and narrower. The tighter those vessels get, the harder it becomes for blood to reach your penis and stay there long enough to maintain firmness. What's worse is that many men don't even know they have high blood pressure or cholesterol until the symptoms of erectile dysfunction appear. It's your body's way of sounding the alarm that your cardiovascular system is struggling. Diabetes is another major factor that links directly to erectile problems. When your blood sugar stays high for long periods, it damages both blood vessels and nerves. This condition, called neuropathy, reduces sensation and disrupts the signals between your brain and your genitals. The combination of poor blood flow and damaged nerve response makes it difficult to get and sustain an erection. On top of that, insulin resistance, a hallmark of type 2 diabetes, lowers testosterone levels, further reducing libido and energy. It's a vicious cycle. Poor diet leads to blood sugar problems, which lead to hormonal imbalance and nerve damage, which then leads to erectile dysfunction. Managing blood sugar through diet, exercise, and regular check-ups not only prevents long-term complications like heart disease, but also restores proper circulation and nerve function that are essential for sexual health. Obesity ties all these problems together because excess body fat affects almost every system that controls sexual function. Fat tissue, especially around the abdomen, produces an enzyme called aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. As estrogen levels rise and testosterone drops, sex drive decreases, energy plummets, and erections become harder to maintain. At the same time, extra body fat increases inflammation and strains your cardiovascular system, making it harder for blood to move efficiently. Carrying too much weight also affects posture and pelvic circulation, compressing the nerves that control arousal and sensitivity. Even a small reduction in body fat can make a noticeable difference. Studies show that losing as little as 5 to 10% of body weight can improve testosterone levels, boost energy, and restore normal erectile function. Smoking and alcohol are two of the most damaging habits when it comes to total health and sexual performance. Smoking introduces toxins that harden arteries and limit oxygen flow, reducing the flexibility of blood vessels throughout the body, the same process that causes heart disease or peripheral artery disease also chokes off the blood supply to the penis. Meanwhile, alcohol disrupts hormonal balance, dehydrates the body, and damages the liver, which plays a major role in regulating sex hormones. While occasional drinking might not cause harm, chronic use leads to long-term vascular and hormonal dysfunction that shows up as fatigue, low libido, and poor erections. Sleep plays an overlooked but powerful role in connecting overall health and sexual function. During deep sleep, your body repairs tissues, balances hormones, and releases growth and sex hormones that are vital for energy and libido. If you're constantly running on minimal sleep, your cortisol levels rise, your testosterone drops, and your circulation suffers. It's during sleep that men typically experience multiple erections throughout the night, a sign of healthy nerve and blood vessel function. When that pattern disappears, it's often a sign that your body is under chronic stress or not recovering properly. Good sleep hygiene, such as keeping a consistent bedtime, limiting screens at night, and avoiding caffeine late in the day, can restore this natural rhythm and improve both health and performance. Stress also plays a massive role in connecting mental and physical health. Chronic stress doesn't just affect mood, it has direct physical consequences. Elevated cortisol constricts blood vessels, raises blood pressure, and suppresses testosterone production. When your body is constantly in fight or flight mode, it can't prioritize sexual function. The same hormones that protect you in dangerous situations end up blocking pleasure, relaxation, and arousal when they're always active. Managing stress through breathing techniques, mindfulness, exercise, or therapy helps regulate the nervous system, lower blood pressure, and restore hormonal balance. It's one of the simplest but most powerful ways to reconnect your mental state with your physical performance. Exercise is the ultimate bridge between sexual health and total health. Regular physical activity improves circulation, strengthens the heart, and enhances the body's ability to regulate insulin and hormones. It also reduces stress and increases endorphins, the feel-good chemicals that boost confidence and mood. Weight training increases testosterone naturally, while cardio keeps the arteries flexible and the heart strong. The key is consistency rather than intensity. Even moderate activity like walking, swimming, or cycling can dramatically improve blood flow and stamina. Exercise also helps maintain a healthy weight, which reduces pressure on the cardiovascular system and prevents metabolic issues that contribute to erectile dysfunction. Nutrition ties everything together because what you eat determines how efficiently your body functions. Diets rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, And healthy fats support the cardiovascular system and maintain proper hormone levels. Foods high in antioxidants like berries, nuts, and leafy greens protect blood vessels from oxidative damage, keeping them flexible and responsive. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish improve circulation and reduce inflammation. On the other hand, processed foods, sugary drinks, and trans fats promote inflammation, clog arteries, and lead to insulin resistance, all of which directly harm erectile health. Eating for your heart is the same as eating for your penis because both rely on the same network of arteries and blood flow. Hydration is another simple yet critical part of maintaining both general and sexual health. Blood is mostly water, and dehydration thickens it, making circulation less efficient. Even mild dehydration can lower energy, decrease mental focus, and reduce stamina. Water helps transport nutrients, remove waste, and regulate temperature, all essential functions for performance and recovery. Staying hydrated supports the smooth function of blood vessels and ensures that oxygen and nutrients reach every part of the body, including the reproductive organs. Another overlooked factor in total health is inflammation. Chronic inflammation caused by poor diet, stress, or lack of sleep damages the lining of arteries and interferes with nitric oxide production, the molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessels during an erection. When inflammation is constant, the body becomes less responsive to arousal because the blood vessels can't expand properly. Anti-inflammatory habits like eating clean, sleeping well, managing stress, and avoiding processed foods all work to heal the vascular system and restore optimal blood flow. Your hormone balance also depends heavily on how well your body handles everyday toxins. Excessive exposure to chemicals from plastics, cleaning products, and even personal care items can interfere with endocrine function. These chemicals, known as endocrine disruptors, mimic estrogen in the body and suppress testosterone. Over time, they contribute to fatigue, low libido, and poor sexual performance. Minimizing exposure by using glass instead of plastic, choosing cleaner grooming products, and eating whole foods can significantly improve hormonal and vascular health. One of the clearest signs of overall wellness is consistent, reliable sexual performance. When you're exercising regularly, eating clean, sleeping deeply, and keeping stress under control, your blood flow improves, your hormones stay balanced, and your brain's pleasure centers work optimally. Erections become stronger, desire becomes more natural, and stamina improves because your body is operating in harmony. Sexual performance becomes less about pressure and more about energy and connection. It's not just a sign of virility. It's proof that your heart, hormones, and mind are all working together. The truth is that your penis is like a mirror reflecting the state of your overall health. If your erections are weak, inconsistent, or absent, it's rarely just a problem in that one area. It's a signal that something deeper is off in your body. Instead of reaching for quick fixes or pills, the real solution is to improve the systems that support your total health. When you strengthen your heart, lower inflammation, balance your hormones, and calm your mind, your body naturally restores its sexual vitality. The same habits that prevent disease and keep you strong in daily life are the ones that sustain your confidence and performance behind closed doors.